Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and I'm going to do the 2024 Diamine Inkvent color swatching. This is to accompany my 2021 Diamine Inkvent, and then after this, I will be going through the other Diamine inks that I have in my collection that are a combination of from other Inkvent calendars versus just other colors that they have that are non-Inkvent related. For this one, I do have the full 24 inks to go through. Based on the color on the bottle sticker, I've put them in an order. Hopefully the order flows really nicely. But if not, it doesn't. That's fine. And I'm going to set it up much similar to this page right here. So without further ado, let's get swatching. So the first one is Mint Twist. This is a chameleon shimmer ink. So I'm just going to agitate this, not very gently, just because in the sake of time, I want to get this going. I am using the Kakimori Brass Nib Dip Pen. I prefer to just use one tool for all of the swatching. And I also have 2 glasses of water, one to do the first rinse and one for a second rinse. Mint Twist. And I'm just going to do a single line at the bottom. All right, next up, it's another shimmer. Look at all that shimmer. This is a Star Bright, which I believe this was introduced this year, but if not, please correct me. But this is a very shimmery shimmer. So Diamine, Noble Fur, next up is Wishing Tree, which is another chameleon shimmer. So you can see it there at the bottom. Wishing Tree. Now this next one I know is a gray, but the sticker label is blue, which is why I'm going to swatch it next. But this also has some chromo shading to it. This one's Diamine Marley. Moving right along, we have another Starbright ink. And ignore my inky fingers. I am enjoying swatching inks today. I had shared a number of weeks back that I was going to be posting fewer videos while I committed time, energy, and attention to my dissertation. I am awaiting scheduling a meeting with my dissertation chair to go over, this one's an extreme sheen, my proposal. And if it is in good shape, the next step will be scheduling the defense of that proposal. And I am feeling very nervous about being at this step, which I think is exactly why I am wanting to swatch some inks so that I can move those nerves in another direction / calm them down. This one's called Vibe. This is a very saturated and a very lubricated ink. All right, this one is another chameleon. Just spent some time outside in the sunshine with my husband. We enjoyed a cigar on the deck, and he and my son just went to play disc golf. I'm planning to go to the library tomorrow to get my first non-research thing. This is a regular shimmer ink, has this beautiful pink shimmer. Non-research book. I want to do some pleasure reading. If you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments. I'm thinking I might get a book called, if it's in stock at my library, Ward D by Frida McFadden. I read a book by her maybe a little bit over a year ago, and I really loved the kind of suspense with a plot twist at the end. So I'm very much looking forward to it. By the time this video goes up, I maybe have already gotten that book and started it, or finished it, or got a different book because that one wasn't in stock. All right, this one is also a shimmer ink. There's quite a few shimmer inks. And this one is called Icy Lilac. I remember seeing a Reddit post in preparation for the Inkvent calendar launching. They had disclosed the names of the inks, and so someone did a post with all the names for people to guess what the ink color was, and I remember this being a color that stood out to me. It's a little bit more on the blue side than on than purple, which I would associate lilac with the color purple. That's kind of a grayish bluish purple. All right, and next up is Lullaby. This is a standard ink. Vibe was a very saturated blue, so my water mug is very dark already. Next one is Potpourri. This is also a standard ink. I don't know if I remember what this one looks like. Oh, kind of a mauve color. I might have said this when I swatched it. It reminds me of Ferris Wheel Press Madame Mulberry. And the next one is an extreme sheen. Oh, this is more blue than purple. All right, and this next one is a scented ink for Gâteau, which is after a cherry flavored dessert. Chocolate cherry, I think. This is kind of a brownish reddish color. It's a very pretty color. And next up is Cranberry, which is a standard ink. I don't know why I shake up a standard ink. I think I do it out of habit. That's a very, in my opinion, classic red. And if I recall, this was kind of a controversial ink in the 2024 Inkvent calendar because it was not, it's noted as a standard, but it has a sheen. So that was a plot twist right there. All right, this is a chameleon ink. It's a very bright pinkish corally red. All right, next is Grotto. This is an extreme sheen. I haven't inked this one up. I actually really enjoyed it. I believe it was in the Esterbrook SD. Oh, what's the colorway of that one? It's not coming to me right now, but it's a reddish pen. No, it's not. Oh, is it in this one? Petrified Forest. Sorry, I just flipped back here. In January, I inked it up in the Esterbrook SD Petrified Forest. All right, and another extreme sheen, Sleigh Ride. And next up is Wilted Rose. This is a standard ink. I've also inked this one up. Ink that up. And this next one is a scented ink fruit cocktail. Now, my experience when I initially swatched this is it was lubricated to a point that it feathered. So let's see how it does because it is on the same paper. Fruit cocktail. There we go. Yeah, it's very wet. Lemon and lime. This is a chameleon. I just will laugh at myself because when I saw this for the first time, the way that the L's are, I thought it was Zemin and Zyme. Chameleon, yeah. Now, if you purchase the 2024 Diamine Inkvent calendar, have you inked this ink up? It is a very, very bright color, and I'm just sure, not sure if I would use it. I don't know. Never say never, I guess, right? All right, next up is another shimmer ink. This one is called Salted Caramel. All right, and the last few, this next one is another shimmer ink. And this one I have also inked up and I really enjoyed using it. I believe I had it in a Leonardo sea sand, I think. It was a really nice match, but also just a really nice ink to use. This is a standard. Should have probably had this up by Wishing Tree. Tundra. Beautiful. I love, love, love a gray. This is kind of a greenish gray. And then the last one is the 25th day. This was an extreme sheen called Good Tidings. And this was a black box. So the final ink was a black ink. However, it does have an undertone of purple to it. Good tidings. And I inked this one up. I think I also had that inked up in January. I've used that pretty much right away. I really liked it. All right, let me zoom out so we can see all of them at once. Beautiful. Oh, wow. I love this. I love this. This brings me so much joy. So pretty. So let me just label this. Make sure my hand is not on anything wet. And that was the 2024 Diamine Inkvent right next to the 2021 Diamine Inkvent. And look at all of these really, really beautiful colors. Oh, I love it so much. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. Thank you for joining me in this second swatching. I am liking that the paper quality is better. It just overall looks better. It's more aesthetically pleasing. I mean, these inks are just so gorgeous. Look at that. You can even see the extreme sheen and all of the shimmer. Lovely. And so my next one will be all the rest of my Diamine inks, which I have some samples from ink swaps. I have some bottles from other Inkvent calendars that I purchased as a one-off or were gifted to me that were not part of a full set that I had, and some small bottles. If I said that twice, I apologize. But anywho, with that, I'm going to sign off. If you made it to the end, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.